Hey everyone! So, we have a lot of news to cover because I'm going to be doing all of the past 2 weeks all in one go, and earlier this week, there was Wonderfest in Japan. So we're seeing a lot of stuff when it comes to model kits, so a lot of stuff from Flame Toys and Blockies, and even a handful of new companies. But to get started, we're going to always begin where we do, which is the sightings. However, I do want to say this real quick. I just passed 3,000 subscribers. Thank you guys so much. It's just been awesome, the run that we've been on lately. And it's always cool to see new people popping up. And I will tell you, there is still time to vote on the 3,000 subscriber special. It's going to be an episode of the Many Toys of, and the options are Wheeljack, Ultra Magnus, Cyclonus, and Blackout. So go ahead, it's over in the community tab. You'll have until 6 p.m., I believe, to cast a vote, and we will see who wins. But in terms of what we're looking at right now, this is an in-hand image of Armada Wheeljack out of Legacy United. Cannot wait for this guy. I love all the new Armada guys we can get. I think he looks wonderful. And then this is also just an in-hand image. This is the new reissue of G1 Bombshell in the animated colors. If you saw my top 10 G1 figures in my collection, you know Bombshell means a lot to me. I don't really like the colors here. I always forget that animation Bombshell is gray. But, I'm sure someone out there was really digging this color scheme. It's still a good-looking toy. Culture Fly has a couple of things out, including a Matrix of Leadership from Transformers 1 and a sticker or a decal set. The Matrix, I think, looks okay, especially if you were a cosplayer. I'm sure you could get a lot of use out of it. As for that decal set, the only thing I'm really into is they have a Megatronus sticker, and it's perfect. It looks just like the sticker D16 has in the movie. If I saw that for a decent price, I would totally buy it just to get that Megatronus sticker. I'm not even kidding. We're also starting to see the Reactivate Bumblebee from Studio Series out on shelves. Hopefully, the other figures from those 4 packs are going to be released. I really want Starscream and Soundwave especially, but this Bumblebee looks very good. I'd grab him if I could find him. We're also starting to see the Voyagers out for Legacy United. Motormaster, oh wow, look at that. 25% off for brand new United Motormaster and Tigerhawk. That's a good steal. There's also the Studio Series 86 Commander Class Optimus is starting to be found. A great looking figure. I'm not going to be going for it. I have enough Optimus Primes in my life, but if you're into this is going to be one of the best Optimus Primes ever, I'm willing to bet. Now, this G1 Prime I absolutely am looking for because the new wave of deluxes from Legacy United is starting to be found. Quake's okay, but I cannot wait for that G1 Optimus and Slipstream. They look incredible. And just keeping up the hype, we are getting the War for Cybertron Ratchet and Transformers 1 Megatron being found. I want both these guys because both of them look great. Not a lot of third party this week, but still some cool stuff. We got the color images for the prototype of Fans Hobby and their take on Tidal Wave. This is going to be a lot smaller than that Titan class Tidal Wave, but he's going to be more articulated and have a little bit more paint on him. So I still think this is really cool. I'm hoping they'll do toy colors, because that's what I want, is a update of the toy colors from them, since I had the anime colors from the Titan class. There's also Leader of Justice Unique Toys is doing their take on a Dark of the Moon Masterpiece Optimus Prime. This guy looks sick. I am so curious how this is going to work, because Unique Toys has made some amazing Masterpiece movie toys. Official reveals. Like I said, a lot of big stuff this week, but starting off small. Target Geek Out Week, I always forget what their big geek festival is, but they're going to be reissuing Studio Series Soundwave, Studio Series Overload, and Legacy Evolution DevCon. DevCon was super hard to find, as are all the Constructicons and those earlier Studio Series figures nowadays. So 3 great re-releases. I know a lot of people are probably going to be looking for them. Out of these 3, I think the only one I want is Soundwave, because I don't want the Studio Series Devastator again. And Defcon's cool, but if I had to choose someone from that wave to get, it'd probably be Beachcomber. Hot Wheels has an Ultra Magnus coming out, which I didn't hear anything about. Looks cool. That cab is the Optimus Prime, but they are adding the proper trailer for Magnus. So we talked about this in one of the other news videos about Super 7 sending guys to Macy's, and I thought, and so did a lot of other people, that these were the Ultimates figures. They're not. They're entirely new molds, and yet they look just like the Ultimates versions, which is to say, not great. At the same time, for a good price, that looks to be a good, weighty Optimus Prime action figure, so hey, keep an eye out for it. It should be out around Christmas. This is so cool. Unfortunately, there's just a grainy video of it. We've not gotten great photos, but Prime 1 Studio is doing Optimus Prime in his big trailer weapon rack from Dark of the Moon. This is going to be a gigantic statue. Looks really cool. Now, this is much more my style. Culture Fly has a series of blind boxes coming out called the Transformers Melts. Basically, you know those really creepy Sonic popsicles? Imagine that, but for Transformers. We're getting the big 4, but then what makes me happy is Shockwave and RC are being added to the wave. I don't know if I want to necessarily collect these guys, but they're going to be in pretty cheap blind boxes in Walmarts. So, if I see them, I'd grab a couple blind boxes, open them up on the channel. Why not? Oi, so this is cool. I believe this is a company called Amblin, but they're doing a series of basically Transformers statues. If you look on that top shelf, those are Transformers 1 characters. They can only move their arms. But they are also doing a series of non-transforming, articulated, highly articulated, in-scale Transformers. So if you look, Optimus Prime's kneeling down, Starscream is big, Jazz is smaller, Kickback is tiny. Those guys are going to be crazy. I would love in-scale, non-transforming Transformers. And also, Kickback's always just fun to see. Look at that little boy. So now you can see a little bit more what I'm talking about, right? So, if you look at on your left, you have the Transformers 1, all 6 of those. None of them have that much articulation, it's just the arms moving, but they're going to be in scale with each other. Same thing with the one below them, where those guys are going to be massive, but they can only move their arms. That's what's on the top photo on the right, the Bumblebee, RC, Megatron, and Optimus. But then, there's going to be smaller figures that are blind boxed, in scale, and highly articulated. That's what's on the bottom, the Optimus, the Soundwave with Laserbeak, and the RC. And Wave 1 is going to be Optimus, Starscream, Soundwave, Jazz, RC, Cliff Jumper, and Kickback. Why are so many of my favorites in that wave? It's great. I would absolutely track these guys down because, hey, super tiny but heavily articulated, in-scale, non-transforming Transformers, there's a lot of niches there that I all really enjoy, so I would check these guys out. For any Monster Hunters fans, this is going to be a collaboration between Capcom and Transformers. This looks so sick. I don't know Monster Hunter. I don't know what that monster is. What I do know is I like it. And I think I would check this guy out if I ever found a way to get my hands on it. We're now going into Flame Toys. And specifically Kurokari Curry. These are the super high detailed, ultra expensive guys. So we are still getting the Die Atlas. I forgot Die Atlas's name for a second. As well as Beast Megatron. Beast Megatron looks so good, man. Like, that is just a great looking toy. Alongside that, a massive Ultra Magnus and a beautiful IDW style Starscream. And then 2 versions of a Jet Armor Optimus. They're basically taking an anime Optimus and putting a Revenge of the Fallen style Jetfire on him for armor. You can get both Optimus and Nemesis here. A thing I really like is on Optimus, there's all the Autobot logos. On Nemesis, there's much more scratched out Decepticon logos, which is cool. And then in terms of the model kits, there's Megatron, Soundwave, Shockwave, and Hound. All 4 look incredible. I really want that Shockwave. It's so good looking. Reminds me of IDW Shockwave a lot. Now we're talking about Blockies. Blockies is entering proper action figures now. Megatron's going to be the first one out. I think he looks really good. The face is a little bit off, but prototype. But the really cool thing is you're going to be able to take off all the armor bits and give him battle damage, or just have his robot guts hanging out, and he will have fully articulated hands. So cool. In terms of the classic class, which is the not blind boxed and a little bit larger, more fully featured action figures from Blockies, this is their prototypes for Starscream, Alita 1, and Bumblebee. All 3 look very good. Starscream is brand new. We didn't even know he was coming. And then in terms of their Galaxy version, blind boxes, we have Wheeljack and Megatron on the left side. On the right side, that is the classic class Sentinel Prime. And yes, he's going to be able to be the normal Sentinel or the fully armored up Sentinel. And we are now going into Yellow Park, everyone's favorite nowadays, it feels like. They're doing a model kit for Tarn. Look at him. That might be the first Yellow Park I go for, because that's just a beautiful looking Tarn. Especially, look how they got the hands. But in terms of their G1 series, they are doing a Ratchet and Ironhide. That's going to go well with the Megatron, Optimus, and Starscream they have coming out. But they're also doing IDW designs. On the left, you have IDW Orion Pax and Bumblebee. Or if you're more of a movie person, on the right, there's the Dark of the Moon, Optimus, and Megatron. Megatron especially just looks really good. A whole grab bag of figures here, because we have, going from left to right, Transformers 1 Optimus, Transformers 1 Megatron, and Rise the Beast RC. Absolutely, I want that RC. I also really want that Megatron. Looks good, and I love the triple barrel fusion cannon. And now, we have a G1 Bumblebee, and the Rise the Beast Mirage, and Revenge of the Fallen Megatron. Revenge of the Fallen Megatron is one of my all-time favorite Megatron designs. I am so nostalgic for that look. That was the design that made me start buying Studio Series, was Revenge of the Fallen, the Voyager Megatron. I love the look. I might go for that one. And to wrap it up, we have the AOE Age of Extinction Drift, as well as a Bumblebee movie, Bumblebee, from the Cybertron scenes. All I'm going to say is, I think that Yellow Park won Wonderfest in terms of their Transformers showings. And is that it? That is it. So guys, we had a lot to go over, but admittedly, it was almost all stuff from this week. So we didn't have to go too far in the past to talk about a lot of it. Thank you guys so much for being patient with this upload. I know the storm kind of threw everything out of whack for a few days, but thankfully it feels like things are going pretty smoothly again. Remember to go vote in that 3,000 subscriber poll so we can try to get a good character for our vote. But other than that, guys, just thank you for hanging out. I'm glad everyone seemed to like the Barricade video. I'm not going to lie, I wasn't a big fan of it, but so many people had so many nice things to say about it that it was really, really nice at the end of the day. And I'm really excited for Wednesday, where I'm going to show you guys who the next person's going to be. All I'm going to say is we might be stretching the definition of Transformers in terms of the many toys of and action figure histories. But in any case, guys, I will see what we get up to next time.